Hello, language enthusiast. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about adverbs. We will explore what adverbs are, their different types, and common mistakes to avoid. Let's get started. What is an adverb? An adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverbs used in the sentence. So, an adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb, meaning of an adjective or another adverb which is used in the sentence. So types of adverbs, there are three types: simple adverb, relative adverb, interrogative adverbs. Adverb of time, place, number, manner, degree or quality, affirmation, negation, adverb of evaluation, conjunctive adverb, which we will learn in the next video. Adverb is a word that tells you more about a verb, that gives more information about a verb, that gives more information about an adjective or an adverb by answering one of five questions. The questions are how, it may be angrily, hungrily, when, yesterday, tomorrow, where, here, there, how often, always, never, to what extent, almost, very. So an adverb is a word that is used to give more information, which is used to modify verbs, adjective, clauses, and other adverbs. Many adverbs end in ly, and they usually appear next to the word that they modify. So that appear, it always oftenly appear next to the word that they modify. In a sentence, look at the example. Bob carefully built a sand castle. The word carefully is an adverb that modifies the verb build. So example sentence is Bob carefully built a sand castle. In this example, built is a verb and carefully is a adverb. So it is modifying verb. Adverbs are a common use part of a speech, like adjectives provide more information in a sentence or clause by modifying, by describing another word. So adverbs are used to answer questions such as how, where, when, how often, and how much. Another example, Jessie will clean her room tomorrow. Jessie will clean her room tomorrow. In this example, adverb tomorrow tell us when Jessie plans to clean her room. So when an adverb modifies an entire sentence, an entire clause, we usually put it, we usually keep it, we usually use it before the sentence, before the clause. It modifies and follow it with comma, with a comma. Example, luckily the groom made it to the wedding just in time. So luckily is an adverb, but we are using it at the beginning of the sentence because it modifies the entire sentence. So luckily, comma, the groom made it to the wedding just in time. So you have to use comma in this sentence. There are many adverbs that we use in our sentences, as you are about to see. Many of them end in ly. Few are given: amazingly, beautifully, carefully, darkly, eagerly, fast, greatly, hesitantly, inside, jokingly, later, musically, now, on, presently, quietly, restlessly, sideways, tomorrow, underwater, very, willingly, yesterday, jealously. So these are few lists. Types of adverbs: time, place, manner, frequency, degree. So time, when something happened, when something, the question should be asked when something happened. Place, question should be asked where something happened. Manner, how something happened. For adverb of frequency, it gives meaning how often does something happen. Adverb of degree, it gives meaning how much does something happen, how much does something happens. To time, when, place, the question should be where, start with where, manner, how, frequency, how often, degree, how much. No need to confuse with an adverb with adjectives. Adjectives are of types. The types are descriptive, quantitative, numeral, demonstrative, distributive, interrogative, possessive. So these are the types of adjective. The difference between the adverb and adjectives, I will make a separate video. Kindly watch that video also. So in the English language, there are multiple types of adjectives: descriptive adjectives. Descriptive, the word signifies describes. It describes the characteristic of a noun or pronoun. Quantitative adjectives define how much of something there is. A quantitative, quantity, how much of something. Numeral adjectives, numeral words. It means number or order of items. Demonstrating means demonstrating something, identifying which person or item is being referenced, which person or item is being addressed. Distributive refers to a members of a group. Interrogative as a word suggests ask a question. Possessive adjective expresses possession, who owns something. So no need to confuse with adverb and adjectives. Adverbs are one of the main parts of a speech along with nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Adverb tells you more about a verb, tells you more about an adjective, or adverbs tells about another adverb as well. While many adverbs end in ly, they are not so easy to spot. It's not easy to know the adverb very easily. So we have to accumulate more knowledge about the adverb. There are mainly five kinds of adverbs. Adverbs of manner, how something happens: angrily, hungrily, beautifully. Adverbs of time, when does something happen? Is yesterday, tomorrow, next week. Adverbs of place, where something happens, here, there, nowhere. Adverbs of degree, how much does something happen, adverbs of degree: almost, so, very. Adverbs of frequency, how often something happens. Frequency means how often something happens. Always, never, often. Adverbs of evaluation, conjunctive adverbs. This we will learn in the next video. The best way to identify adverbs is looking by at the way that it is used. They can modify a verb, it can modify an adjective and another adverb, or even a whole sentence or even a whole clause. Adverb can be used to describe time, manner, place, cause, or degree. Frequency, evolution, linking. There are linking adverbs also. Linking adverbs are known as conjunctive adverbs, which we will learn in the next video. Adverbs often end in ly, but not always. The point should be noted. Adverbs often end in ly, but not always. He ran quickly. He ran quickly. For example, the adverb quickly, here the ran is the verb. Quickly is adverb. It is modifying ran. So the adverb quickly describe how he ran. How he ran. She sings beautifully. That verb beautifully describe how she sings. They arrive late. That verb late describes when they arrived. So here are some non-exhaustible list of some of the adverb: quickly, slowly, quietly, loudly, happily, sadly, suddenly, carefully, clearly, often, always, never, well, fast, late, early, now, soon, here, there. So these are the some non-exhaustible list of some of the adverbs. When and how to use adverbs in your sentences. When and how to use adverbs. Because adverbs are used to modify adjectives. It can modify verbs. It can modify other adverbs as well. It can modify entire clauses or entire sentences. So first example, the incredibly talented musician entertained the guest. In this case, talented musician, talented is an adjective and incredibly is an adverb. Second example, modify verbs. He smiled gleefully. Gleefully means joyfully, happily. He smiled gleefully. Smile is verb. And glee, past verb. Gleefully, adverb. Modify other adverbs. His example sentence, he spoke with the angry customer unusual calmly. In this case, calmly is an adverb. It is modifying it also. So unusually is an adverb. It is modifying other adverbs. Now, next it can modify entire clauses of sentences also. Happily, the problem was solved in no time flat. Happily, The problem was solved in no time flat. Whenever we are using adverb for clause or an entire sentence, we have to use adverb at the beginning of sentence and then comma. So happily the problem was solved in no time flat. Example of adverbs in a sentence. Once the adverb in a sentence, you can determine what question it is answering. What question it is answering. The dog, a few examples are given in the slide. The dog messily ate his dinner. The dog messily means untidily. So in this case, ate is a verb and messily is an adjective. We go bowling. Next example, quite often. Quite often is an adverb. I hurriedly handed in my test. Hurriedly means very fastly handed in my test. Hurriedly it is an adjective. Let's eat dinner outside. Let's eat dinner outside. Outside is an adjective. My roommate is so annoying. In this case, so is an adjective. Marcia finished the project last night. Last night is an adjective. She reluctantly washed the dishes. Reluctantly means unwillingly. Unwillingly washed the dishes. Reluctantly is an adverb. This car is incredibly expensive. Incredibly is an adverb. So in these examples, all the examples, first example, the dog messily ate his dinner. In this case, the question, you can ask the question, how did the dog eat his dinner? So how? We go bowling quite often. Second example, how often do you go bowling? I hurriedly handed in my test. How did you hand it? This question should arise. Let's eat dinner outside. Where should we eat dinner? My roommate is so annoying. How annoying is she? Marcia finished the project last night. When did she finish it? Last night. So last night is an adjective. She reluctantly washed the dishes. How did she wash the dishes? Reluctantly. So reluctantly is an adverb. Unwillingly. This car is incredibly expensive. How expensive is it? Incredibly is an adjective. So the adverb is modifying adjectives, verbs or other adverbs as well. Adverbs modify verbs. It describe about the verb in a sentence. The examples are given. The cute dog runs quickly. How does it run? Quickly. So quickly is modifying runs. Runs is a present tense verb. So runs, present indefinite tense verb. So runs, and quickly. Quickly is an adverb. It is modifying verb in a sentence. My patient mother, second example, my patient mother walks slowly. How does she walk? Slowly. So slowly is an adverb which is modifying verb walks. The quiet boy plays happily with trucks. How does he play? He plays happily with trucks. So plays, it is modifying verb and that adverb is happily. So adverb used to modify verbs, adverbs used to describe, to give more information about verbs. Second use of adverbs, adverbs describe adjectives, intensifies an adjective, it gives more information about adjectives. Few examples are the extremely cute dog runs quickly. How cute is it? Extremely cute. So cute is already adjectives. It is modifying it. So extremely is adverb. My second example is my very patient mother walks slowly. How patient is she? Patient is an adjective and it is modified by by adverb. So very is adverb. It gives more information about mother. Very patient mother. Third example, the somewhat quiet boy plays happily with trucks. How quiet is he? So boy is a noun, quiet is an adjective, and somewhat is an adverb. So adverbs used to describe, intensify, to modify, to gives more information about an adjective. Adverbs used to modify other adverbs also. Whenever we are using adverbs, it always come right next to the word that they modify when used to describe another adverb. So the point should be noted when we are using adverbs which is modifying other adverbs, it will come always right next to the word that they modify when used to describe another adverb. Few example are people speak very slowly. Slowly is an adverb, very is another adverb which is modifying slowly, very slowly. We cross the wicket bridge really carefully. Carefully is an adverb, really is modifying carefully adverbs. He spoke with the angry customer unusually calmly. Calmly is an adverb, it is modified by another adverb unusually. Adverb used to modify entire clauses or sentences. Where a single adverb is modifying an entire sentence or clause, it is typically placed before at the beginning of sentence, but whatever it is modifying and followed by a comma. This 2 point you should be always keep it in your mind that whenever we are modifying entire clauses or sentences, we have to use adverb at the beginning of the sentence and it is followed by a comma. Happily, the problem was solved in no time flat. Orderly, the bird circled overhead without landing. Suddenly, an army of robots burst into the room. So these are how to use the, when we are using the adverb to modify entire clauses or sentences. Unlike adjectives and most other parts of the speech, adverbs can sometimes can be moved to another place, another spot in a sentence, and the sentence will still make grammatical sense. Sentence will still gives grammatical sense. This is possible when an adverb is modifying a verb. It is an important point when you can use the adverb anywhere in the sentence. Typically, when you are using an adverb to modify a verb. For example, you can this sentence can be used in 3 ways. The adverb can be used in 3 ways. The dog slept peacefully on her bed. The dog peacefully slept on her bed. The dog slept on her bed peacefully. So in this case, the peacefully is an adverb. Peacefully. So we have used after slept peacefully on her after verb. The dog peacefully slept on her before verb. The dog slept on her bed after noun peacefully. So all three of the above sentences are grammatically correct, giving grammatically clear meaning, complete meaning, but have the same meaning even though the adverb peacefully changes position. Even though if we are changing the position of adverb in a sentence, in the case typically when we are using adverb to modify a verb, so we can use this adverb in 3 ways. But when writing or saying longer sentences, though it is often a good idea to keep the adverbs close to the verbs, it is very important if we are using adverb to modify a verbs, it is important, it is a good idea, it is a grammatically more meaningful to keep the adverb close to the verbs. Always keep the adverbs close to the verbs that modify to improve a sentence clarity. It is good for the comprehension. It is good for meaning. It gives clear picture. It gives clear meaning. So always use when we are using adverb to modify a verbs. It is often a good idea to keep the adverb close to the verbs that modify it. Look at the few example again. We quickly ran through the spooky woods to the safety of the peaceful meadow. We ran through the spooky woods to the safety of the peaceful meadow quickly. In this case, we have used quickly in 2 places. Before verb and then after noun. Meadow quickly. We quickly ran. So while the second sentences does make sense, it is harder to tell which word the adverb quickly is supposed to be modifying. So always it is noted you have to use the adverb close to the verb in your sentence. Close to the verb it modifies. The sentence is easier to read, the sentence is easier to understand, the sentence is easier to give clear meaning, complete meaning. So first sentence, we quickly run through the spooky woods to the safety of the peaceful meadow. It should be used. We always use the adverb close to the verb. It gives good meaning. The sentence is easier to read and understand. The sentence gives complete meaning. When adverbs are used to modify adjectives or other adverbs, they are usually placed immediately before the word they modify. When adverbs are used to modify, when we are using adverbs to modify adjectives or other adverbs, they are usually placed immediately before the word they modify. We have to keep the adverb before the word they modify, whether it is an adjective or another adverb. Example, adjectives. He was really hungry. He was really hungry. Hungry is an adjective and really is adverb. So we are keeping this adverb before the adjective, before an adjective. Another adverb, example, if it is modifying another adverb, this, for example, the example sentence is, the spider crawled up the wall very slowly. The spider crawled up the wall very slowly. So slowly is an adverb. It is modifying it. So very, it's come before it. So whenever adverb are used to modify adjectives or other adverbs, they are usually placed immediately before the word they modify. Kindly keep this point. Adverbs to modify adjectives. They answer the question, to what extent? To what extent? Here are some examples. So adverbs, when modify adjectives, it gives more specific information about the quality of a noun. And it answered the questions, to what extent. Example, he is very talented. That person is very talented. So talented is an adjective, very is adverb. Second example, the sunset was extremely beautiful. Give more information about the sunset. Extremely, extremely is an adverb. The exam was incredibly difficult. So incredibly is an adjective. Incredibly is an adverb, not adjective. Incredibly is an adverb, which is modifying adjective difficult. Difficult is an adjective and it is describing about difficult exam. Incredibly is an adjective. The movie was surprisingly good. So good is an adjective. It is modifying it. Surprisingly is an adverb. So in this example, adverbs like very, extremely, incredibly, surprisingly, it describes about the adjectives. It gives more information about the adjectives, and adjectives are beautiful, difficult, good, talented. So adverbs used to modify adjectives to give more information, specific information about the quality of noun. Difference between adjective versus adverbs. I will make this separate video. It is because I'm just a little bit to get the knowledge. Before explaining subject heading, we will learn the basic difference between adjective and adverb. Adjectives are words that modify or describe nouns or pronouns, providing more information about their qualities or attributes. That gives more information about the quality of noun or pronoun. For example, in the phrase beautiful flower, beautiful is an adjective that describes the noun flower. So flower. So it is an adjective. On the other hand, if we use the sentence, she sings beautifully. In this case, it modifies the verb sings describing how she sings. Sings describing how she sings. So in this case, beautifully is an adverb. So adjective are words that modify or describe noun or pronoun, providing more information about their qualities, attributes. Adverbs modify or describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Sentences, clauses indicating manner, time, place, degree, frequency, evaluation, and few are linking adverbs, which are known as conjunctive adverbs. So look at the example. My dog smelled My dog smelled after she rolled around in the stinky garbage. Fall smell garbage. So in this case, we have to correct, we have to use whether it is bad or badly. So we know that the word smelled is a linking verb. How it is a linking verb in the sentence? It is not an action verb. The dog is not smelling something. The word that we want to modify that then is the word dog. It describes about the dog smell, dog's odor. So dog is a noun. So in this case, we will use, and dog is a noun. So we are modifying a noun. So we would use the adjective bad, not the adverb badly. So in this sentence, the correct, we will choose bad. It is an adjective. My dog smelled bad after she rolled around in the stinky garbage. We will not use adverb badly because adverb used to modify verbs, adverbs, other adverbs, adjectives, clauses, sentences. So in this case, we will use a dog is a noun. So we have to use adjective bad. What is adverbial clause? Clause we will learn in next, all types of clause we will learn in next video. While adverbs are single words, it is possible for an entire clause to function as an adverb. When an entire clause, a full clause, complete clause function as an adverb, we call it as an adverb clause. As is the case with most other dependent clauses, adverb clauses usually begin with conjunction. Points should be noted. Adverb clauses usually begin with conjunction such as before, because, if, whenever, etc. Although they are entire clauses, complete clauses. Adverb clauses are used the same way that regular adverbs are to modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. When a entire clause is function as an adverb is known as a adverbial clause. And when it is used to modify verbs, adjectives or other adverbs. And it always start with conjunction such as before, because, if, whenever, etc. Look at the example. We need to leave before the mall closes. The adverb clause before the mall closes modifies the verb leave. Here the verb is leave. Before the mall closes is an adverb clause. It is started by what we learned. We learned that adverb clauses usually begin with conjunction. So before the mall closes is an adverb clause and it modifies the verb leave. Another example, it modifies a verb. It is used to modify a verb. It is used to modify an adjective. It is used to modify an adverb. Look at the example of modify a verb. We ran across the street. It modifies rain. Across the street is an adverbial clause. It started with conjunction. School, now second, modify an adjective. Example, school will be closed if it snows tomorrow. If it snows tomorrow is an adverb clause which modifies closed. And it start with a conjunction if. Adverb clause also modify an adverb. Example, they work faster than they ever had before. They work faster than they ever had before. In this case, than they ever had before is an adverb clause. It modifies faster. And then is in conjunction. So like adverbs, it is sometimes possible to move an adverb clause around and have a sentence still make sense. Sentences are giving complete sense, grammatically correct, giving complete meaning. So for example, we can use adverb clause at the beginning of the sentence and at the end of the sentence as well. We can use it. It is grammatically correct. It will give complete meaning. Even though it probably would not work, comma, we tried the plan anyway. We can also say like this, we tried the plan anyway, comma, even though it probably would not work. So even though it probably would not work is an adverbial clause. We can use at the beginning of the sentence also, at the back of the sentence also. Points would be noted against. Adverbs do not modify nouns or pronouns. Adverbs do not modify noun or pronouns. It only modifies. It can modify only verbs, adjectives, other adverbs, sentences, or clauses. It does not modify nouns or pronouns. Example, I cuddled the cat. In this case, the sentence is very simple sentence, little plain sentence. So we have to just ask what kind of word cat is. Cat is a noun. So because it is a noun, we need to use an adjective to describe about cat. What kind of cat is. So we responded that I cuddled the fluffy cat. I cuddled the cat. It is simple sentence. We describe about a cat. Cat is a noun. I cuddled the fluffy cat. So cat is a noun and fluffy is an adjective. Cuddle means to keeping something in your arms. So I cuddled the fluffy cat. So in this case, cuddle is a past tense verb because it is not, cuddle is a, we will use and fluffy is an adjective. We can use adverb also in this sentence to describing more about that adjective. I gently cuddled the cat. So in this case, we have used an adverb. Gently is an adverb to modify it. Adverbs are also used in comparative and superlative forms in sentences. When we are comparing two or more things, adverb can also take comparative and superlative degrees of comparative and superlative forms to indicate a higher or lower degree of the quality described. So adverbs are also used in comparative and superlative forms like an adjectives. Comparative adverbs compare two verb accent while superlative adverbs compare one accent to multiple others. Showing the highest or lowest degree of the accent, adverbs ending in ly generally use more and most to form their comparative and superlative forms. Very important point again to be noted. When adverbs ending in ly generally use more in its comparative form and most in its superlative forms. While short adverbs often use er and est. Er for comparative forms and est at the end a superlative form used as a suffix. Here are some examples. Comparative, she dances more gracefully than her sister. More gracefully is giving a information about adverbs in comparative forms. She dances more gracefully than her sister. Superlative, she dances most gracefully of all. Superlative compared one accent to multiple, to all. So most gracefully. So in this example, more and most are used to create more for comparative forms of adverbs and superlative forms we are using most gracefully. So comparative and superlative adverbs, when the adverbs with any adverbs ending in ly, we must use more to form the comparative degree and most to form superlative. Adverb, comparative and superlative. Quietly, more quietly, most quietly, slowly, more slowly, most slowly, seriously, more seriously, most seriously. So examples are, the teacher spoke more slowly to help us to understand. Could you sing more quietly, please? So more slowly, comparative form of adverbs, more quietly, comparative form of adverbs. With short adverbs that do not end in ly, comparative and superlative forms are identical to adjectives. Add er to form the comparative form, es to form the superlative form. If the adverb ends in e, remove it before adding the ending. The point should be noted. If the adverb ends in E, remove it before adding the ending. Harder, harder, hardest. Fast, faster, fastest. Late, we have to later, latest. Examples are Jim works harder than his brother. Comparative form. Everyone in the race ran first, but John ran the fastest of all. So it is a superlative form of adverb. Some adverbs have irregular comparative and superlative forms. Some adverbs are having irregular comparative and superlative forms like badly, adverbs worst, worst. Far adverb farther, further, farthest, farthest. Little, less, least. Well, better, best. Well, better, best. The little boy ran examples are the little boy ran farther than his friend. So father is comparative form. You are driving worse today than yesterday I. Worse is a comparative form. He played the best of any player. So best of any player, best is superlative form of adverb. So compare two or more atoms. So look at few more examples. We typically use a word ending in est or the word most or least. We typically use a word ending in er or the word more or less when we compare two people or two things. Here the examples are, we finished our homework quicker than we did yesterday. Quicker, doing the comparison, comparative form. Jeff did well on the exam, but Sarah did better. Comparative form. He who laughs last will laugh loudest. Superlative form. Out of every competitors, Aaron danced most gracefully. Most gracefully. Most gracefully is a superlative form of adverbs. Adverbs have a lot of different uses. We have learned in the previous slides also. We can use to modify verbs. We can use to modify adjectives, other adverbs, or entire sentences or clauses. Adverbs often tell us how, when, where, why, how often, or to what degree that something happens. It modifies adjectives. It gives more information about adjective. And when we use it, we always use appear right next to the word they modify. Examples are the flower are really pretty, really adverb. Pretty is an adjective. The second example is the incredibly talented musician entertain the guest. Talented is an adjective, incredibly is an adverb. I was very busy yesterday. In this case, very and yesterday are an adverb and busy is an adjective. Now, adverbs are used to modify verbs. Adverbs can modify verbs. When they modify verbs, adverbs may not always appear right next to the verb that they modify. When we modify verbs, adverbs may not always appear right next to the verb that they modify. Examples are, he smiled gleefully, the cats went outside, I could listen to this song forever. In these sentences, gleefully, outside, forever are adverbs. Gleefully means joyfully. Outside, adverb. Went is a verb. Smiled is a past verb. Went is a past verb. Past simple verb. Listen to this song forever. Listen, verbs. It's modified. And that in this sentence, the forever is an adverb. So when it comes to verbs, you need to be very careful about a particular type of verb which is known as a linking verbs. There is also a verb which is known as a linking verbs. Linking verbs are often used to link a noun and pronoun with a subject complement. There is also a linking verb which is used to connect, which is used to as linking. Link means link. It is creating a link between a noun and pronoun with a subject complement. Adverbs are not used to modify noun or pronouns, and they are not used as subject complements. It's very important point. It should be noted. Adverbs are not used to modify noun or pronoun, and they are not used as subject complements. If you see a linking verb used in a sentence, think twice about using an adverbs. So you have to check this mistake. If you check that there is a presence of linking verb used in a sentence, think twice about using an adverb, whether it is used or not. Look at the example. The house looks bad. Second example, the house looks badly. The house looks bad. Looks in this case is a linking verb. It is being used to describe the quality of the house by linking the adjective bad to the noun house. In this case, the noun is a house. House is a noun. And bad, it is describing about noun. So bad is an adjective. So looks is a linking verb which is being used to describe the quality of the house by linking the adjectives bad to the noun house. Now move to the second example. The house looks badly. Can we use it? This sentence is correct or wrong? This sentence is not correct. The adverb badly can only modify the word looks because the house is a noun and the adverb do not modify nouns. So this sentence says that house is bad at looking at things, which does not make any sense. As you can see, it is important to be able to identify linking verbs so you do not accidentally use an adverb when you need an adjective. So this is the difference between the use of an adverb and adjective. When we are using a linking verb, so when you're describing about a noun, you have to use linking verb. No need to use adverb. Adverb do not modify noun or pronoun. So the house looks badly. It does not gives correct sense. This sentence is not correct. Linking verbs are also called copulas or copular verbs. We will learn in separate video. This one also. Connect the subjects of a sentence with an adjective, noun, or descriptive phrase to distinguish a copular verb. Remember that they do not indicate action in a sentence. Linking verbs do not indicate action in a sentence. Rather, they describe a state of being, a result, or one of the five senses. In other words, linking verbs do not have an object. Linking verb, first point, linking verb do not indicate action in a sentence. Second point, linking verbs do not have an object. Third point, linking verb describe a state of being, a result, or any and one of the five senses. Example, Harold is sleepy. Harold is subject, is linking verb, sleepy, subject complement. Second example, everything seemed normal. Everything is the subject, seem is our linking verb, and normal is the subject complement, describing everything. Third example, ice feels cold to the touch. Ice is the subject here. Feels are a linking verb, and the phrase cold to the touch. So working with linking verbs really is that little bit easy and little bit difficult as well. There are few common linking verbs found in English: appear, look, seem, indicate, stay, remain, smell, taste, fall, gets, come, become. So we will learn only about linking verbs in next video. Linking verbs, my aunt is a doctor, you seem happy. My aunt is a doctor, in this case, is a linking verb, my aunt subject, a doctor, a subject complement. Second example, you seem happy. You is a subject, seem linking verb, and happy is subject complement. So describing the subject. And in this case, first, my aunt is a doctor, renaming the subject. So these are about the linking verbs. Types of adverbs: time, frequency, place, manner, degree, reason, relative adverbs, attitudes adverbs, linking adverbs, which is known as the conjunctive adverbs, adverb of times, these answer when, let go, frequency, how often, example, sometimes, regularly, adverb of place, where, adverb of manner. This question, answer the question how, of how, example, clearly, honestly. Adverb of degree, this answer how much, how much. Example, too, very, quite. Reason adverbs, these answer why. Consequently, resultantly, relative adverbs are also there, which is relative adverbs, which is we have to make a separate video. These join clauses and sentences together. Example, where, when, why. Attitude adverbs, these express the speaker's attitudes. Examples, frankly, clearly, etc. So types of adverbs based on the kind of information they provide: adverbs of manner and quality, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of quantity and range, adverb of number and frequency, adverb of affirmation or negation. So adverb of manner and quality describe, explains how an action happens or describe the nature or degree of an action or state. Example, slowly, quietly, carefully, secretly, efficiently, peacefully, etc. Adverb of place indicates the location or direction where an action occur, giving spatial contents, giving about the information of place. Examples are here, there, inside, outside, behind, below, downstairs, etc. Adverb of times gives information about when an action occurs, when an event occurs, providing timing or sequence information. Example are yesterday, today, tomorrow, now, then, soon, etc. Advantage of quantity and range describe the extent or amount of an action or a state, giving information about the quantity, quantification. Example are entirely, partially, barely, deeply, absolutely, almost, etc. Adverb of number and frequency indicates how often or how many times something happens, clarifying repetition. Number and frequency. Example are always, sometimes, often, rarely, usually, frequently, etc. Adverbs of affirmation or negation express agreement, certainty, or denial of any statement. Negation means negative statement. Affirmation means positive statement. So example are certainly, surely, not, definitely, absolutely, no. So these are the types of adverbs. Adverbs of manner, example, how an action is performed. She sang beautifully. Beautifully is an adverb, adverb of manner. They completed the task quickly. Quickly is an adverb of manner. Now, the second one is the adverb of place. These adverbs indicate the location or in place or an action, adverb of place. Example, the children are playing outside. So outside is an adverb of place. Second example is he searched for the book everywhere. So everywhere is adverb of place, giving the information about the book. Adverb of time. These adverbs describe when an action occurs. Example, we will leave soon. Soon is adverb of time. She met her husband yesterday. Yesterday is adverb of time. Fourth one is adverb of degree, quality or range. These adverbs describe the degree or intensity of an action, quantity of an action. Examples, I am completely satisfied with the results. Completely is an adverb of degree. He is partly responsible for the mistake. Partly is an adverb of degree of. So fifth one is adverb of number and frequency. It indicates how often an action occurs or the sequence of events. Examples, he always arrives on time. So on time is it's number of adverb of number. This is the third time we have met. So third is an adverb of number. There is an adverb of affirmation of negation. Adverb of affirmation means giving positive information. Negation means negative information. It expresses agreement, approval, or denial, not accepting. So second example is he will definitely attend the party. Definitely is an affirmation. She could hardly believe her eyes. Hardly believe her eyes. Next adverb is adverb of cause or reason. Explain the reason or purpose of an action. What are the purpose? What is the reason? What is the cause of an action? Example is she stayed home because it was raining. He missed the bus since he woke up late. Interrogative adverb used to ask question, used in interrogative sentences. How did you solve the problem? Where is the nearest hospital? So how, where, interrogative adverbs. Relative adverbs link clauses and provide additional information, more information about time, place, or reason. Relative adverbs. That is the shop where I bought my bag. I remember the time when we used to play in the park. When is a relative adverb? Where is a relative adverb? That is the shop where I bought my bag. Using adverb in sentences, we are using adverb to position adverb in sentence without an adverb. How we are making a sentence without an adverb? The manager replied, there is no adverb. We are using a sentence with an adverb. The manager replied quickly. In this case, the quickly is an adverb. We have to understand some rules when we are using adverb in our sentence. Sentence without an adverb, the manager replied. Sentence with an adverb, the manager replied quickly. Adverbs of manner, how an action is performed. We answer it answer the question how. Example, quickly. For quickly, she completed the marathon quickly. Adverb of manner. He handled the fragile glassware carefully. Carefully is an adverb of manner. Fragile means which is easily broken. Effortlessly, adverb of manner. Sentences, the gymnast executed the routine effortlessly. Adverb of manner. Loudly, the thunder rumbled loudly. So these adverbs gives additional information about the action, helping the reader or listener visualize the manner in which it occurred. It gives information how an action is performed. Adverbs of manners, how an action is performed. There are many adverbs of manners which is given in the slides. We can use it as an adverb of manner in a sentence. Adverb of place indicate the location of an action. The children are playing outside. Outside is an adverb of place. He searched for the book everywhere. Everywhere is an adverb of place. So these are the list of adverb of place. Anywhere, indoors, up, over, out, upstairs, outside, down, above, there, backward, below, elsewhere, downstairs, nearby, inside, far, towards, back, where, east, on, off, away, near, behind, about, abroad, here, under. So these are few adverbs of place. Adverbs of time. Time of words, adverb of times of words that describe, that gives information when an action takes place. Time. It gives information about when an action takes place. That gives information about the timing of an event. And they can be used to answer when or how often. Here are some example of adverb of time. Now, for now, today, yesterday, tomorrow, soon, later, before. These are adverb of time. Sentence for now, the action is happening at this moment. She is studying now. So now means something is happening at this moment. So the she is example sentences, she is studying now. Now is an adverb of time. Today means on the present day, current day. Example is I have a meeting today. Today is an adverb of time. For yesterday, a day before day. Today, the day before today. Example is we went to the park yesterday. Yesterday is adverb of time. The day after day, tomorrow. I have an appointment tomorrow. Tomorrow is an adverb of time. Soon, in a short while or in the near future. It gives information about in a short time or in the near future. Example is the movie will start soon. Soon is an adverb of time. Later, after some time from now. Example is I will call you later. So later is an adverb of time. Before, earlier in time. Meaning is earlier in time. Please arrive before 5 p.m. So before is an adverb of time. So after, always, daily, weekly, seldom, frequently, occasionally, since these are a adverb of time. After we are using when subsequent to a particular time. Example, when we can meet after lunch. Always we are using at all times or on every occasion. See, example is she always arrives early. Daily we are using for every day, meaning is every day. Example is she reads the newspaper daily. Weekly means every week. Example is we have a staff meeting weekly, seldom, rarely, or infrequently. Example is she seldom visits her relatives, frequently, often, or regularly. Example is they frequently travel for work, occasionally, from time to time, not regularly. I go swimming occasionally. Occasionally is an adverb of time. Since meaning is from a specific time in the past to the present. So since is an adverb of time, it means from a specific time In the past to the present. She has been working here since 2010. In the past to the present, she has been working here since 2010. So here since is an adverb of time. So these are the few list of adverb of time. Adverb of degree, quantity, range. It's describe about the degree of an accent, extent of an accent, range of an accent. It answer the question to what extent or how much. To what extent or how much. Degree of quantity or range, adverbs of degree, quantity, range are very, to, quite, almost. So these adverbs add nuance and precision to the description. It gives precise information about that accent, extent of an accent, degree of an accent. She is very talented. The coffee is too hot. The movie was quite interesting. He is almost finished with his work. To what extent? How much? These all sentences giving the answer to the question to what extent or how much. She is very talented. The coffee is too hot. The movie was quite interesting. He is almost finished with his work. So these are adverbs of degree. Scarcely, greatly, indeed, least, strongly, most, perfectly, thoroughly, fairly, just, enormously, almost, positively, enough, deeply, utterly, virtually, decidedly, extremely, rarely, these simply, less, awfully, somewhat, completely, badly, nearly, too, so. We are using too, so these are adverbs of degree, rather, totally, incredibly, purely, intensely. So these are also used in the sentence as adverbs of degree. Adverbs of affirmation and negation, positive and negative. Adverbs can be categorized as a positive or negative in their meaning. They modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Positive adverbs enhance or intensify the action, adjective or adverb. Positive adverbs gives positive information about the action, about the adjective or adverb they modify, while the negative adverbs weaken it, give the negative information, diminishes, weaken it, make it weak. So here are some example of positive and negative adverbs. Positive adverbs, quickly, very, well, certainly. He completed the task quickly. So it is a positive adverb. Positive adverb. She is very talented. Very is a positive adverb. She sings very well. Well is a positive adverb. I will certainly help you. Certainly is a positive adverb. About negative adverbs, slowly, hardly, barely, not. Slowly, hardly, barely, not are negative adverbs. He walks slowly. So it is diminishing that he walks slowly, weakening it. He hardly studied for the exam. Hardly studied for the exam. So hardly is a negative adverb. She barely met it on time. Barely met it on time. So it is a negative adverb. She is not happy with the results. So not is a negative adverb. Adverb of affirmation that gives information to confirm the truth or accuracy. So it's a give about the something which is a in positive sense. Adverbs of affirmation include certainly, definitely, absolutely, surely, indeed, positively, undoubtedly, naturally, affirmatively, unquestionably. So these are the adverb of affirmation. Adverb of frequency are used to give information about context and clarity in communication. Here are some adverb of communication, adverb of frequency, which help in communication also. So always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely. So always indicate an action happens all the time without exception. She always arrives early for work. Always something is happening all the time without exception. Usually, it suggests that an action occurs frequently but not constantly, but not always. Usually, he usually eats breakfast at home. Often, this adverb implies a high frequency of occurrence, more than just usually. They often go for a walk in the evening. Sometimes, it occasional occurrence. It gives meaning of occasional occurrence. I sometimes watch movies on weekends. Rarely. This indicates infrequent events. The event is not spontaneous. Infrequent events. He rarely misses his appointments. So these are the adverbs of frequency. In this slides, that there are different list of adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of cause or reason. Cause or reason gives information about why something happened or what is the reason behind an action or event. These adverbs help to explain the cause or motive behind an action. Few are therefore, consequently, thus, hence, because, so, because of this. There's many uses of so, no need to confuse. I will make a separate video of different uses of so. First, the adverb of cause or reason is therefore. It always gives a logical or consequence or result or meaning of something. Logical consequence or result of something. She studied hard, therefore she passed the exam. Consequently, so a cause and effect relationship. The rain was heavy. Consequently, the streets were flooded. In this case, look at the example. When we are using the adverb of cause or reason, before using it, we are using semicolon, and then afterward, we are using comma. Consequently, the rain was heavy. Consequently, comma, the streets were flooded. Thus expresses a conclusion or outcome. He saved a lot of money, thus he could afford a new car. Hence denotes a reason for an action or event. She was feeling unwell, hence she could not attend the meeting. Because a common conjunction but a function as an adverb when used at the beginning of a sentence to explain the reason. Because it was raining, they decided to stay indoors. So it is a common conjunction and it can function as an adverb because can function as an adverb when it is used at the beginning of a sentence to explain the reason. The point should be noted. So it indicates a cause and effect relationship or reason. Cause and effect relationship. She was tired, so she went to bed early. Because of this adverb of cause or reason, it emphasizes the cause or reason for an action. Because of this delay, the flight was rescheduled. Some adverbs are commonly confused due to their similar meanings or due to their similar spellings. Here are some examples of frequently confused adverbs. Hardly versus barely. Already versus already. Farther versus further. Hardly means scarcely or almost not at all. Hardly means scarcely or almost. There is a scarcity of something. Almost not at all. Barely means only just or hardly. Barely means only just or hardly, little amount, barely. He, as example sentence, he hardly ate anything at the party. Barely sentence example is, she barely passed the exam. Now next, confused adverbs are already versus already. ALL, then ready. Already means prior to a specific time, a specified time. Already means completely prepared. Example sentences, I had already finished my homework. We are all ready for the trip. So these are the commonly confused adverbs. We are all ready for the trips. We are all ready for the trips. Father versus father. Father refers to physical distance. Further relates to a degree or extent. The story is farther down the road. So it gives the meaning of physical distance. Second use, further use. We need to discuss this matter further. So these are the commonly confused adverbs which we can use correctly in our speaking, writing, in our daily lives. So adverbs intensify, modify other adverbs. They create an adverbial phrase also. So two adverbs that describe one words. The quick dog runs very quickly. How quickly does then quickly? My patient mother walks so slowly. How slowly does she walk? The quiet boy plays rather happily in the corner. How happily does he play? So in this case, quickly, slowly, and then rather. These are the adverbs intensify other adverbs. So very, so, rather is adverb which is modifying other adverbs quickly, slowly, happily. Now about the linking adverb, which is also known as conjunctive adverbs, which we will learn in the next video, is such as also, beside, meanwhile, however, is another type of adverbs which help to join two sentences or two concepts. Just say example are given. I just wanted to say hello. Also, I forgot to thank you for your gift. Also is a conjunctive adverbs. The villain cackle at his evil plan. Meanwhile, the superhero protected the streets. So, meanwhile is an adjective adverbs. Conjunctive adverbs can come at the beginning of a clause. Unfortunately, we were too late. The middle of a clause, we were unfortunately too late. Or at the end of a clause, we were too late, unfortunately. So conjunctive adverbs can come at the beginning of a clause, middle of a clause, and at the end of a clause. So we can use the conjunctive adverb at the beginning, in the middle, or the end of a clause. There are few common errors with adverbs and adjectives. The difference, these common errors we will discuss in the next video. Now about the interrogative adverbs, as the word interrogative means to ask question. It means it is used to introduce question and typically give information about various aspects such as time, place, manner, reason, or degree. These adverbs are commonly found at the beginning of a question and help specify the detail of the speaker or writer is interested in. Some common interrogative adverbs include when, where, how, why. When, where, how, why. These are the interrogative adverbs. When is used, ask about the timing or a specific point in time. When did you arrive? Where? It asks about the location or place. Where is the nearest coffee shop? How? Inquires about the manner, method, or condition. How did you solve the problem? It is an how is an interrogative adverbs. Why? It gives the reason or cause. It seeks the reason or cause. Why are you late? So these are about the interrogative adverbs. Relative adverbs are words that introduce relative clauses in a sentence. And relative clauses are subordinated clauses, clauses that provide additional information about a noun in the main clause. So relative adverbs are words that introduce relative clause in a sentence. Relative clause are subordinate clause, dependent clause that gives information, additional information about a noun in the main clause. Independent clause, principal clause. It gives information about a noun which is present in the main clause, independent clause, principal clause. Relative adverbs typically serve to describe the time, place, or reason of the action. In the relative clause, the most common relative adverbs are when, where, why. When, where, why. When this relative adverb refers to a specific time or period, it introduces relative clauses that describe the timing of an action. Example, the day when I met her, I was so unforgettable. Where? Where is a relative adverb that relates to a specific place or location. It introduces relative clauses that describe the location of an action. Example, the park where we had our picnic was beautiful. Why is a relative adverb which is indicates the reason or cause behind an action. It introduces relative clauses that explain the reason for something happening. Example, I don't understand the reason why he left so suddenly. So these are the relative adverbs which introduce relative clauses in a sentence. When the day when I met her was unforgettable. When I met her, I was unforgettable is a relative clause. The park where we had our picnic was beautiful. Where we had our picnic was beautiful. The park where is a relative clause. It gives information about the park. Main clause. So these are about the relative adverbs. Example, last example, I don't understand the reason why he left so suddenly. So in this case, why he left so suddenly is a relative clause and why is a relative adverbs. I don't understand the reason. It is a main clause. It gives information about the main clause. So commonly used adverbs we have learned also in the previous slide. These are list of some strong adverbs: effectively, pleasantly, constantly, efficiently, assertly, thoroughly, and basically, strongly, persistently, supportively. So these are the list of Strong adverbs, pause the video and just use it in your sentence also. These are strong adverbs: strongly, perseveringly, supportively, patiently, steadily, responsively, ambitiously, imaginatively. So these are the list: competently, logically, practically, intelligently, cooperately, analytically, enthusiastically. So I have to make the separate video for the strong adverbs along with the sentence, that it will improve our English. So these are adverbs from A to Z. So adverbs of frequency. So we will learn in the next video. Kindly watch the next video.